Today out visiting my friend, and she's gifted me this Dendrobium nobile type, or nobile, and also this one here. These beautiful flowers, and a chrysatoxin, Dendrobium chrysatoxin, which these bulges here look like the beginnings of flower spikes. It's a big one. Look at that. Wow. She's always given me amazing plants. I'm pretty sure I can grow this one outside, and we'll definitely keep it in the moss. This one here is Dendrobium tortulae, which here is in flower. And something else. This one here. This nobile type, but its flowers are pretty big. Look at that. Look at the size of those. Very nice. So she don't have any particular cover or anything, they just all come out. There's a lot of cattleyas. They're all coming out for the summer. She keeps them inside. She's quite surprised that I tell her how many kinds of orchids I keep outside. Like my Kingianums. Savanda there. There are maxillarias in flower. I remember her giving me one of these. I got to put it in a place that was too hot for it. This one here is not flowering yet, but it has a lot of new growth on it. It's got a nice, see inside there, maxillaria. This one I've got, Vandalion stars. She did a nice mount there. Pretty neat. Oh. Oh. ピンクもかけてる。これないですか？ないです。私ここ切っちゃってあげようかと思って。ああ。切って持っていく。大丈夫？うん、大丈夫よ。だってほらこっちに3つついてここで切るから。ね？ここで切るからこっち3つあるから。さっきのと同じように。じゃあここで今切るからね。そしてこれちょっと持っていくね。どうせ上からしなきゃないんだけど、ちょっと葉っぱじゃないかな。ちっちゃい頃鉢入れて、それはね会長さんから昔に。What a gift! Dendrobium chrysatoxin. Really nice. Those three have. Here's another one. This is chrysatoxin. And she gifted me one of hers. She has many more that are going to come out yet. They're on this side. This side of our garden. In the shade here, I got some orchids too. Yeah. It appears to have a bit of, it's not rotten at all.
Must be natural. She don't seem to have any brassavolas. It's a shame that mine haven't grown big enough to divide. Dendrobium petroglossum's got a bud there. I've actually disturbed her because she was in the middle of trying to get all her plants out. Oh look, she has another rock dendrobium is native to Japan in flower. It's doing really well. She mounted that last year after her friend. It's a nice clematis. Since I advised her to put her Cymbidium garyngeos under the shade, I was hoping that would trigger and make them happier, a little more shade. And I said you might want to put a bit of a dolomite lime in there, because that does wonders. These are the native Cymbidiums here. When they're right out in the sun like this, they get bleached leaves, and it does make it hard for them to flower and everything. You need some shade. Dendrobium Yuki-Daruma. Now that's one that she gifted to me too, but unfortunately it rotted. Yeah, how did that happen? It got divided during the monsoon season, so it's easier for diseases to get into the orchids. Not quite sure what I'm looking at here. There might be cotyledons there. This one is the monster of dendrobiums. Look at the canes on this thing. Look. This thing has enormous canes and an enormous root system. And it's got buds all over it. Neat. Hi, welcome back to My Life with Plants on Newman. This is a follow-up of visiting my friend, who's quite a generous person, and she gifted me some orchids, so we're going to see where I've put them in the garden. So, this first one is Brassica cordata. I think it's part of the heat that it went through last summer. It caused the bulbs to go a little bit dark at the bottom, but they're not mushy or anything. And also this one appears to have the same. I think it's to do with heat, if you ask me, because these bulbs are firm and there's no dieback of the root system. So being a brassica, probably got too hot. So definitely it's going to be hanging up underneath this conifer that will help to shade it. So that's Brassica cordata. It's beautiful spidery-like inflorescence that kind of cascade down. This next one here is very fragrant. She said that she bought it from a local store that I often visit too. By the way, all these orchids have been fertilized. This is a Dendrobium nobile type. And she said that this one's quite compact, so I won't get any taller than this, but it'll definitely form a nice clump. This next one here is a beautiful thing. She has two divisions. She has this one here. She said that this is one of her first orchids that she ever got, and she gifted it to me. So it was a real special gift. And if you look here, you can see these swellings. This is the beginnings of the orchid trying to form an inflorescence. And it will be a racemus type flowering, and this is called Dendrobium chrysatoxum variety suavifimum. And I have the tag here. There we go. Dendrobium chrysatoxum variety suavissimum. Elephant eye. Never seen that little word there before. Let me just put this tag back in. Okay, so this hook here that I made for it, this is the stakes that you buy for your orchids to hold the flowers up. And of course you can bend them. I pierced it straight down through the middle of the plant, and then I hooked it, bent it over like that, which makes a nice orchid hanger. Down here, this is Dendrobium thriciflorum. Forgot to talk about the flowers. So this is also like chrysatoxum. It has similar looking flowers that they often call it the egg flowers. They look like eggs on a fry pan. And this particular one will have white and yellow flowers. So she gifted this to me too. And I was kind of reluctant to take it because I thought, wow, she's just giving me too much. You can see here that looks like the beginnings of a flower bud. Yeah, so this suavissimum will have bright yellow flowers. Such a healthy, neat orchid. It's planted in sphagnum moss, and in our climate we have dry winters. From the spring we get rain on and off, and it's still quite dry, and you can have some humidity during the nighttime. And our summers will be very tropical, because we're part of Asia here in Japan. Although our winters are colder. This plant also has some keikis, so it's got one here that has some roots. See the roots coming off this keiki, and this is a very big keiki, but it has no roots on it. So I'm not going to take them off. I will only take them off if somebody would like to grow this orchid. And if they want to, I'll take them off then and try to root them up. I'm not sure about how much cold this can take outside. I might bring it in for the winter. And nearly forgot, down here in this basket here, she gifted me this dendrobium here. Okay, these flowers have a little fragrance on them. They're beautiful. And it's a dendrobium nobile type. Plus I got another nobile here, and I'm not sure what kind of flowers I will have. And I've got a pot back there of 3 keikis, 3 different kinds of dendrobiums. So they'll be all growing in here. If you want to grow your dendrobium keikis, make sure that they don't get too hot. And we might as well just have a little peek again at the Dendrobium moniliforme. Wow. I can smell that fragrance. It is very, very, very fragrant. Look at these flowers. This is a very old plant, and actually it is growing in nothing but terracotta. There's actually no growing medium in there at all. A lot of people do that in Japan. They just put their Dendrobium moniliforme straight in a small terracotta pot. Down here, this is looking really, really healthy. It is the Dendrobium nobile crossed with moniliforme, and it's called baby green eye. But the birds ate all the buds off it. This one here is like that purple flower that we just looked at. Stardust Fireball. And this one's nice and healthy. It did really well over the winter. It's still got its nice original stem here. And a pleasant surprise is that it's starting to get flower buds. Can you see? And it's pretty hard to get in there. But you just put my hand around the back so you can get that focus. There we go. You can see 3 flower buds on there, so I'm pretty lucky. I mean, for a small plant. I bought this, and it's been growing really well. Formed a nice root system. It's hanging up underneath this native shrub here that still has its little lantern flowers open. Forms a nice shady area, which is ideal, and it's deciduous. What else can we show you? We've already seen this, but we might as well just have another peek at it in case you didn't catch that video. It's another moniliforme, and it's got another few flowers here too. And it's a nice healthy plant and starting to grow some new canes. It's good. Here is another one that I got, and it has beautiful, beautiful Dendrobium nobile, and it does have really beautiful flowers. A little check on it to see if it has any flower buds, but it didn't seem to. But nonetheless, it's still healthy, and it has its bag of fertilizer there. If I do have pictures of the flowers, I will put it on the screen. This one's Tortellé, and nothing yet on Tortellé. And this one here, it has yellow flowers, and it's a moniliforme type. There's a lot of new growth coming away on it. But as far as flower spikes, I don't see any yet. This one does. You can see it right there. Right there. Whoop. Yeah. That is either a new growth or a flower bud. I'm not sure. This is a big giant nobile type. It's my lovely bromeliad. We will have a peek at the other native orchids at the back here. This is also a promising area in the future to hang orchids. Always an option. It's quite shady here. Can you see that? That moniliforme tortulae there. Oh, sorry, Dendrobium tortulae has buds on it. It's in the neighbor's tree. And that is jam-packed with buds. Ooh, look at this. Nearly open. This one has one. Better than none. This one at the top here doesn't seem to have any buds at all. But that's to be expected. This one has a bud there. It's getting along. This one does have a bud or two. And the one that's down further on the tree, it's a healthy enough plant. I don't seem to see any buds on it. Although I've got the garden butcher mother-in-law who comes through here like a hurricane. She likes to yank things out of the ground even when they're still in flower. They grow, then she rips them out and then sticks a few back in. If you ask me, it's messy. I like to have a garden with plants that establish themselves. Yeah, but she's not exactly a good grower. You can see her half-dead begonias there. It's hard to share with people. Everyone has different ways of thinking. But the good thing is that I do have my piece of garden and that I deserve to have, you know, and this slice of garden here, I'm able to plant up a lot of things, and it's a mixture. There's some exotic things and there's a lot of native plants too. It's not particularly her taste, and there's one thing that she hates, and they are hydrangeas. But hydrangeas are very, very good for the garden because they produce not only beautiful flowers, but they also produce some shade, which is good for the garden all up. You need some shady spots, otherwise it's too exposed to the direct sun and everything gets burnt. Another thing I planted here is a Acacia floribunda that she moaned about, but I wouldn't back down. This is a beautiful tree and it's exotic. It'll get very tall. It's easy to prune it if it gets too out of hand, but it'll produce some dappled sunlight, which is what the garden really, really needs, because this garden really, really gets beaten during the summertime. So you just want to have that. And here and there you have some direct sun, which is also fine. Big surprise at the back here to show are my Blutila orchids. And they have all of these nice buds on them. Look at that. All coming into bud. Fantastic. It's going to be such a show. And they are white flowering ones. I planted these years and years ago, and I put a fence around it to keep out her so she doesn't trample over them. And put some other native plants at the back there. So this will be a nice display. Plus the more common blue flowering Latilas are in here. We have a few in here. We also have some flower spikes. They were just bulbs that I bought. They are going to flower too. And plus we got an orange one. One that will have an orange flowers right there. And unfortunately I had another one that didn't come up. So didn't survive. This one here is the orange. And at the back there I have my cymbidiums. Unfortunately one of them didn't make it. And I got one at the back there. Cymbidiums can put up with our cold, but they don't come into flower. It's the disappointment. It's just a little bit too cold for them. Another nice thing to see is this moniliforme is just about ready to flower. And this one is just starting to break open its flowers. Right here. Right next to it is a big nobile. You can see here that there is a lot of new growth coming away. As far as buds go, haven't seen any yet, but it's never too late. It could do it, may not. It just needs some good feed and to be kept in this nice shaded area. It's very bright with a little direct sun, not very much, but very, very bright. And this is just mounted onto this very big branch and it's hung underneath this shrub. So, yep, here's its big monster bag of fertilizer. So when it gets wet, it gets some. So it's just a matter of growing this bigger. And I'm pretty sure by the time we get to next year, we'll have plenty of flowers. It's healthy enough. Ugh. The other tortellay I got from the neighbor is putting out some growth there. As far as flower buds, I haven't. We have one. There you go. We're going to have one tortellay flower. But for now, it's just I'm going to put some more size on, get bigger. All right. I think that just about does it for this little show and tell. But boy, am I happy to get those orchids. I've been looking at those Dendrobium thriciflorum and chrysotoxum for many years, but I tend to buy my plants pretty slowly. I don't buy a lot at one time. If anything, I could get up to one plant every 2 to 3 months. They were definitely plants that I really wanted to grow, and now I've been gifted them, and it's a gift. It's the gift that counts. I mean, every time I get gifts like this, they seem to be more valuable to me than just plants that I buy. Yeah. And there's one more, and it's a Cattleya division that she gifted to me as well, and that's on the balcony. It's a very nice, healthy plant. It's not a miniature. It's not a miniature one, so they're more hardier. And unfortunately, mini Cattleyas they can be a bit sensitive to getting too hot, overheated. But the bigger, larger ones are much better. They're coping with that. Shall we just have a little peek up here? course, if you haven't looked already or seen this, this is, you can see right in there that that looks like a flower spike coming on this light cast. In this particular light cast, okay, these bulbs look pretty big as they are. They can get twice this size, so it's a very large cattleya, light cast, and the flowers are quite huge. So if it does come into flower, that'll be really exciting. We've seen these already before. Yeah, I gave them some fertilizer. They're doing really well. We'll see how they go during this summer, and this thing is growing exponentially fast. Now, these are as beautiful as pothos. These are native hostas, native to Japan. They're in the Asparagiaceae family, which agaves and a lot of other plants are in that family. They have beautiful blue flowers. This one's a much larger one, and this one is a nice fresh green. They do die back to their rhizomous bulbs during the winter, so they're completely cold hardy in the winter, and they come away. It's just nice fresh growth. So what's great about these is that their fresh growth is so vigorous and healthy and beautiful. And I try not to use pesticides, so they will get nibbled and stuff, but that's part of what happens. This is just a hydrangea with beautiful variegated leaves. Look at that. They all come out different variegations. There's a periwinkle. There's the beautiful big blue flowers. And here we have some more blue latilas that are coming into bud. That one had some aphids on it, but we've got plenty of ladybugs. They come in and they do the job. Okay, I've blabbed enough. Thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. I'm all excited to have these nice new orchids to grow. And we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.